Preparing. Got it. Hey, TGIF Lori, it is Friday and it is ready for the weekend time. And man, do we have a lot to talk about today. I can't wait to hear. Laura, how you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. We have such a great subject this today, and I'm such a high because of it, because it's stuff that I needed to learn and I had to understand, and I kind of came with an epiphany of what I need to do for myself. And I'm hoping that all of you will listen to this today because there's so many good things about it, stuff that we don't even think about.
Right.
And what we're going to talk about is two subjects, and it's going to be how to break a bad habit and what happens if you have a routine. Do you have a routine? Do you need a routine? This is amazing. So if you don't get a chance to watch it and you can only watch it a little bit, go back and watch it again because it's going to be totally awesome. But we're going to start off with how to break a bad habit. All right. And how to break a bad habit is it's just so easy. First, they talk about what is a bad habit. Okay. Bad habits could be bite your nails. It could be twirling your hair. My granddaughter already does that at 2. Eating, overeating, under eating, over exercising. There's just so much that is there. Debbie, could you bring up any ones that you could think of?
Oh God, yes. And you know what? Hoarding
Yeah.
and then okay, some things like alcohol abuse could be a bad habit, or other things that are, drugs, medicines, whatever. You also could have a bad habit where you think that you need something that you really don't, and you form a habit, and it really becomes very bad for your
Yeah,
own person. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, from drinking, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has at least one bad habit. Okay. I
mhm.
mean, there's a tapping a pencil, all kinds of stuff. But, you know, a lot of you know I suffer with my weight issues and my eating issues. But the one thing that I figured out is our bad habits are not because of what we're doing. Okay. For example, you're biting your nails or overeating or tapping your pencil, all that stuff, right? Twirling your hair. That is just the call. That is just what the result is.
Mhm.
The problem is what is inside you.
Right.
Okay. Are you anxious? Are you having anxiety? Did you just
Mhm.
develop this as a child because you were anxious or had anxiety or something bothered you and you use that as a way to, like, to please you, to calm you down, So the habit, if you think about it, the habit is could be changed because it's not the reason why you're doing it. You're
Mhm.
doing it because of your situation. So we're going to bring up some steps today that will help you figure out what you're upset about or what's bothering you or what you're happy about, what's causing you to do this bad habit. And that's huge. I mean, it's really huge because, we sit there and go, oh man, I bite my nails, or when I have another habit, I pick skin off my fingers, of my cuticles. I mean, I've done that because I have anxiety and I have stress. And I know now that I just use that as kind of a way for me to handle it. And it
Mhm.
started as a young child
Mhm.
and it's just gone on for years. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this and then we'll talk about the steps. So what happens is we try to fix, like, okay, for example, we try to go on a diet and we worry and we stress out about the diet and we focus more about the eating, okay, instead of the cause. Oh, I mean, what is causing us to do that? So that's why they say diets fail sometimes, because you're going about it the wrong way. This is what I'm getting out of all this. What do you think, Deb?
Oh, I'm totally right with you, right with you.
Right. So here's some of the steps. The first one I have, you have to make it conscious. So
Mhm.
you have to admit to yourself, hey, I have an overeating problem. I bite my nails. I clear my throat. I can't leave the house unless I make sure the stove's off, or, stuff like that. All right. So I have to admit I have this problem. That's the thing. Okay. So you got to find out why you're doing it. So this is where the beginning starts, is making conscious of it. And it's not going to happen like a light bulb, or yet maybe it will, but you really have to stop and take some time to think about it. And think about how long you've been doing it for. Did something happen in your life that caused you to do it? I mean, there's all kinds of things. Debbie, you have anything to say on that?
I do. I can tell you that you just brought a memory into my head that when I was a little girl, I used to be a nail biter. And it was when my parents were going through a divorce. And I think that must have been what I did to take the anxiety out. And fortunately, going into the cosmetology industry, and nails were a big thing. And my nails are good now, and these are my nails. But I'm just saying that I went through a really bad phase, and my mom tried everything with me to get me to not do that, but she didn't understand what the root cause was. And I honestly didn't at the time either. So making it conscious and understanding what the root cause is going to help you work through. So I'm right with you.
Yeah, and you think like, I'm just going back to children, you think they're being bad because they're sucking their thumb and they're not listening to you. Or you think that, like I said, they're being defiant. And even as they get older, and people don't realize it. It's the habit. What you're doing has nothing to do with the thing that you're doing. It's a total coping skill that you have learned.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think once they can really even help their children, because I think they can think more, okay, what is causing this person to do this child to do this, sucking their thumb, because that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
And people get habits as they go along in life. Even smoking is a habit. Smoking, and what do you get out of it? What do you get out of it? Okay, so then we're going to move on to the next one, because I could talk for hours about that. And that is step 2, put it in writing so it really sinks in. All right, so you go down, it says it there, and we're going to write it. Okay. I overeat, compulsive eat, because I can't handle stress. And that's how I dealt with it. So it became my life of living. Okay. Eating, compulsive eating, or no, getting something that I can't handle, or something good. Something good. Okay. I'm only using my experience because that's all I have. But I'm hoping it touches somebody's heart. So I'm happy even, and I'm planning a party. Okay. So what do I do to plan the party? Well, I have to go get something to eat to think, so I could concentrate on what I want to do. Because when I was a child, that's how I dealt with things. I ate to calm my mind down. Does that make sense, Deb?
It totally makes sense. I was just going to say journaling. We've talked about journaling a lot in the past, and I think we need to revisit just to say that, like, listen, guys, journaling is really good to put your emotions in there, good or bad, and even to be able to make decisions too. When you're making a decision, you want to put it out on paper. But I think logging this out, writing it down, let it sink in and reread it. Remind yourself.
Right.
You guys, we're a world of notes. We have a notepad in our phone. We have a notepad in our computers. But we need to also take advantage of what there really could be for the good purpose of, So yeah, I totally.
Awesome. And I'm sitting here reading, saying, keep a log for about a week. Okay. And write down. I was bored. I did that. I was waiting for somebody to answer the phone, and I decided to bite my nails because I was anxious about the phone call. A lot of people don't realize that probably 98% of us have anxiety in some way or another.
Oh, absolutely.
Depending how big it is. I mean, it's just part of life. And we, we've just always just accepted it. But when you start realizing what you could do more in your life without that habit, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
You know,
Okay.
can I just pop something in there real quick so I don't forget? Honestly, okay, think now, okay, but think back, reverse your mind into maybe 5 years ago, okay? People didn't openly talk about anxiety and they
Right.
covered it up. So, like, oh, I'm fine. Oh, no, I'm wonderful. How are you? Oh, I'm wonderful. No, you know what? Those people probably are the ones that are having more of the worst time because they're covering it all up and they're holding it in. So they're not getting it all out. They're not bringing it out into the open.
Right.
I say, hey, let's have an open discussion. Let's talk openly to each other so that we can work through this. And if you don't have a friend, like Lori and I bounce stuff all the time, we talk about, we're very open with each other. But if you don't have a person, a mentor, or a person that you can maybe bounce some of this off of that you're going through, you can find someone easily. And even if it's a group. Remember we talked about WhatsApp, or not WhatsApp, WhatsApp, I think it was, and also some of these groups, they're out there, So I just want to pop that in there.
We're all in our life's journey, okay? And we're not going to have perfect lives because this life is not perfect. And so we have to just accept that every day we're learning. And so, we just, to figure this stuff out or have these issues is completely normal and stuff. But if it's suffering your life, okay, say you have an eating disorder, you have a drinking disorder, you're spending too much time making things perfect in your home, the kids sucking their thumb, all kinds of stuff. All right. If it's hindering your life every day, then it's something that's got to be fixed.
Right.
So the next step is bait and switch. And that means, you've realized what your problem is. Okay. You know why you kind of do it, but then you're like, okay, you're biting your nails. All right. What other habit could you change it for? Okay. I'll give an example. You could be cutting your nails, or you could be, doing all kinds of stuff, polishing your nails. You could be doing something else, picking up a cup of coffee every time you want to bite your nails, or, when you want that compulsive eating. Okay, somebody said best thing to do is drink water because your body is actually looking for water when you want something, okay? Because you're so stressed out and you have so much anxiety about everything. You need something that's going to change and calm you down. So eating candy in the middle of the night, eating leftover dinner or whatever is destructive. So get some water. Make sure a bottle of water by you, and just kind of sit there and think for. So, you find something that's not as annoying. Okay. Might not be perfect, but find something, because we want to learn how we could change and how to do it. Do you have anything on that, Deb?
I was just gonna say, what I do, two things and it could be an eating thing, because I love chocolate, you guys. I could eat, it's really, so at night a lot of times what I'll do is, because I don't want to eat that chocolate because that could be compulsive for me, I chew gum. Okay, so I chew gum, and that could be for the nail biting situation too.
Right. Yeah. Chewing gum is great. That's even great for people with weight issues. And I don't know too much about drinking, but I just know that, we're all the same. We can't sit there and judge and jury. We're all the same. Everybody's got something. If it's not one thing, it's another thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. And let me see here. Oh, I'm going into something else here. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just getting, okay. Get rid of the temptation. Okay. Get rid of the objects that are causing you problems. If it's don't have the candy and the cakes and all that in the house. Drinking, I guess you'd get rid of all the bottles of liquor in your house, You know, could you think of anything else? What other habits did you do? Would you get rid of? How would you get rid of it?
I'm trying to think of any other habit that I can think of. Um, Sitting and watching too much TV, guys, like maybe like not being positive, like doing maybe get an exercise bike and have it in your house and do that. Like,
Yeah.
or pick up a book, you guys, a positive book and try to have that. And then we talked about art therapy just recently, doodling, like coloring, doing something that you can accomplish that you could feel good about to try to replace some of those.
Right. And see, I'm like I said, I'm anxious. I got a lot of stuff. And I think I told this before, but sometimes when we're watching the news and stuff, and
Yeah.
I have to have something else to do at the same time. So
Right.
I play Yahtzee on my phone. I could still
Yeah.
listen to the news, but I know I have to do it because I'm like anxious.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I want to walk away from it. But that's what you said. Just if you because habits are often performed with barely any conscious thought, it's much easier to remove the stimulus than stop the habit with pure force and concentration, because we it's a habit. We don't even know we're doing it half the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great thing. Okay. Okay, we talked about something about the habits. We talked about replacing the good ones with the bad ones with good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry.
It's okay.
This is awesome. Take a mini vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, we all don't have the resources to do that.
Right.
But the thing is, your brain needs to redirect itself. Okay.
Right.
So, take a weekend to spend time with yourself, to really sit and think about it. Okay. About why you do this stuff and what satisfaction you get out of it. There's always a payoff, and so spend time, take a weekend off from your stuff in the house or go away somewhere, but get your mind off of what you normally do so you could really get into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie's been very fortunate to go to what is called the Adoration Chapel. It's a small chapel that the Catholic churches have that you could go in there and pray. And it's so quiet in there. People can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you think about stuff. Go somewhere and make you think about stuff. The weather is beautiful, at least in the Chicago area. I don't know where you're at, but it's fall out. Go for a nice walk.
Mm-hmm.
Spend time with yourself. This is really important and stuff. And then anything else on that, Deb?
You know what? You hit the nail on the head. It's clearing your head too, and trying to be, whether you believe in praying or meditating or whatever it is, but just getting out and doing it, and maybe then throw an activity in there and plan to go apple picking or do something that you can say that's fun, just to kind of, if you can't get that, vacay kind of situation, maybe you can get a day to just do something different, just to clear your head,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm going to go fast because time is going by here real quick, but I'm going to say, get help from family and friends. They're great. They can even tell you when you do it. Like my kids will say to me, "Mom, you're taking off the skin off your fingers again. Why are you doing that?" Or if you're an alcoholic, drug addict, or even the weight issues, you need to get professional help and not be afraid to get professional help, because a lot of people can't understand what you're going through, and that's why they have those 12-step programs, and they got the inpatient stuff for people that are really suffering. Don't be afraid to get the help.
Right.
We're all here, and this is what they do, and don't be afraid of it. And if you don't like the people that you're seeing at the counselors or the psychiatrists and all that stuff, get somebody else. There's a lot. And now with all the Yelp and everything, we could all get opinions about what doctors are like.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest number one problem why a lot of people are scared to get help. They don't know what's going to happen to them. To be in that way, they'd rather just suffer than have to learn how to deal with something else and get somebody that's going to give them the wrong medication or something. But your friends and family, anything on that, Deb?
Well, you know what? Your friends and family, yes. But I think a lot of times we're embarrassed and we don't want to talk to our friends and family. I mean, we have friends like you and I have we can do this, but we've grown to that point in our life, and we've grown to that place to be that way, to be very transparent. And that professional person, like you said, Lori, is really, really important. I mean, I think that, there's a lot of times, and again, if it's not the right person, definitely, but these other, definitely places. I was just going to say to you, do you want to continue on this next part of our topic, or do we want to do that do a continuation, or what do you feel?
Yeah, I feel we should do. Let's try to do it maybe next Friday.
I think we should. You know why? Because benefits of having routine, I think, kind of bounces off of what we just talked about.
And there's so much on that too. And it's like, I'm really excited about it. And you know what, everyone? If you're really interested in doing this for yourself, okay, go ahead. I guess we could I'll put our notes up on our
site. Absolutely.
And then another thing too is go on YouTube. I talk about this a lot. Just type in, how to break a bad habit. There's so much in there. I watched about 3 TED Talks about stuff. It was amazing. I got so much information from them too. And this way next week, and then if you want to too, I don't mean to backtrack again, but start logging it, start figuring it out, and if you want to send Deb and I a private message, you're welcome to. That's what we're here for. But so next week we'll talk about benefits of having a routine. Okay.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, Laura, how do you feel about this? I think this is a good idea. If you want to be a little transparent, and if you're watching this and you want to put down a couple things that you feel like you want to kind of just let it go, and maybe it's could be something stupid, could be that you're, let me think if I can come up with, you're obsessive compulsive with something, right? But you want to kind of let it go, and you want to bring it out there, and feel free. This platform that we're doing this on, when we're doing it in the Facebook group, because you can do it this way, people can add comments. People could say, oh my gosh, I have a great book I read that helped me, or oh my goodness, this worked for me. This is an open forum for people that are part of our group that can do that. Now, when we're done with this today, we copy this video onto YouTube, and you guys can find this video on the For the Health and Wellness of You, our YouTube. But feel free to share this, if you know someone, or invite somebody to be part of our team. Hey, we have over 600 people, Lori, 600. Woo! Now at 1,000, we are well over the peak point, halfway mark to get to 1,000. And I know we're going to get there. And you know what, guys, we also want to encourage you really, really too, is subscribe to our YouTube channel. So when we pop this up there and a new video goes on there, you're going to get notified. There's a new video, and you'll know, oh, what else do those 2 chicks have up there? Because that's the thing. These 2 crazy chicks here wanting to just get this word out, have fun, do, be learn things. Lori and I had to talk about this earlier today about how reminiscing over the last weeks of different things that we've talked about, how we've implemented them and we've used information. So we're learning. So we're hoping you're learning and you're sharing. And we want to share what you have to share as well. Okay. So anything that you can help out with, make it feel like it's your moral obligation to help others. If more people in this world helped others and did positive, we can change our environments and our world around. Because let's face it, guys, without saying anything, there's some weird stuff going on out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we don't like it. But because it's not right. That's not the way we were raised. We were raised to be respectful. We were raised to be good people. We were raised to do unto others as others do unto you. That's our mottos, So anyways, with that, Laura, do you want to close this out?
I just want to say one thing before we close out. I just want to say a shout out to Mike Hunter, who we had on Wednesday. And if anybody missed that interview, please go back and watch it. He was such an inspiration to both Debbie and I. and he just took everything the way he just was in such pain with stuff and he had surgeries, but he just kept persevering. And he made me think about, well, why can't I persevere? We make limits on ourselves.
Right.
So, with that, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for making us get over 600. And we're so excited about our future. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your families.
Thank you. Bye-bye.